Welcome, and thanks for watching Black Enterprise Business Report. I'm Sean Gables. Coming up, the sandwich generation. There are many more Americans in this position than you might think. Plus, one artist expands his talent by designing elaborate social events, furniture, and creative designs. And witness how executives are getting around town these days. But first, our power player Matt Carter is president of Boost Mobile, the prepaid wireless phone service that's been associated with youth culture. His mission is to transform this company into a mainstream consumer brand. Our editorial director, Sonia Aline, caught up with him to talk about his strategy.
Boost Mobile was once known as a prepaid phone service for urban youth.
Southside, outside, west side, let's ride.
And that's where it stayed, stagnant, with little market growth as competition in the nearly $165 billion wireless industry intensified, until parent company Sprint Nextel called for change. Earlier this year, Matt Carter, a 20-year marketing strategist, was made president and given one mandate: expand the brand.
Certainly we celebrate the legacy and the history of where the Boost brand has been, but when we looked at the market opportunity, we recognized that there were more and more people looking for just smart value. We changed our advertising from, say, the hip-hop, sort of lifestyle to more of a, if you will, more ecumenical sort of approach, bringing in all types of people. We don't want to be known as just a brand that appeals to one type of customer. We want to be a brand that is truly a rainbow type of brand.
As much as you would believe that telecom services are important, that they're necessary for pleasure to do business, that industry really took a hit this year, didn't it?
What we're seeing is that the industry is actually bifurcating. It's really bifurcating into sort of two parts. One part is people who are looking to do more with their phones, so Blackberries, Palm Pres, and things like that. And then there are people who are looking for just better value, more prepaid, no contracts.
And that's where he found an opportunity for growth.
So what we saw was a real opportunity to really double down in prepaid and really make Boost a bigger part of the prepaid market.
But before Carter could embark on his marketing plan, he had to change the negative perceptions about prepaid service.
Historically, prepaid has been associated with people who didn't qualify for contract services. Well, the fact of the matter is that's really on the carrier's terms. And what we saw was that in our research, more and more customers were looking for, wireless services on their own terms. They didn't want to be tied down to a contract. And so what we really did was to make it a lot easier for customers to be able to get our services without having a contract. It's really what we view as it's just smart value. If you can get quality, nationwide, wireless plans, for, say, $50 like you do with Boost Mobile, does that seem like a stigma or does that seem like a smart value choice?
When you rolled out the Boost Mobile plan earlier this year, what was the goal? What was the goal for 2009?
Well, pretty simple, to grow. So we had a very simple mandate: make it simple and easy for customers to be able to buy us, for channels to sell us, and really attract as many customers as we possibly can. But what we did was really simplify it. When we say $50, we mean $50. So we included all the taxes and all the fees to make it simpler for customers to be able to buy us. That was actually the most innovative thing that we did this year. When we say $50, we mean $50.
That's why I got Boost Mobile. Their $50 monthly unlimited plan has no hidden fees.
With the introduction of Carter's new campaign, Sprint added more than 2 million new prepaid customers. Year to date, Sprint Nextel Corporation reported operating revenues of $24 billion, with $21 billion coming from wireless services. Boost Mobile posted revenues of more than $1 billion alone, which is 19% higher than the same period last year. Today, Boost is a leader in the prepaid category, with services in more than 17,000 cities throughout the United States.
What we've achieved in the past year is, in some cases, unprecedented. We had a business that was losing customers. We had a business that brand was fading. And some of the customers that we were bringing on were unprofitable. And today, we're delivering record-setting results. And that turnaround really is driven by Matt Carter.
One of the first things I had to do was really get the buy-in from the rest of the organization as to why this change was important. Second thing we had to do was really get our channels, really our retailers to really adopt and get behind the things that we're trying to do. At the end of the day, if you don't have your retailers in the game with you, you're not going to sell a whole lot of wireless plan. So getting our employees to really believe that this was an important step in the evolution of the Boost brand was critically important, and getting our retail channels to really support and commit to helping us to transform the brand from a hip-hop brand to a more of a mainstream brand was also critically important.
Matt's managerial style works for me now. When he first joined the organization, he created a lot of healthy discourse and debate across the organization, and we needed that. We were very set in our ways. We were used to doing business a certain way, and he wanted to really disturb the status quo because he knew in order to survive, we really had to change.
And with Sprint's recent purchase of Virgin Mobile for nearly $500 million, more changes are expected.
So you don't see one cannibalizing the other?
No, I think that it's becoming so big and diverse that, you know, having a combination of brands in that market we feel gives us the best opportunity to maximize growth within prepaid.
So you feel you accomplished your goals for 2009. What's in store, or what do you have planned for 2010?
Well, certainly what my CEO has said is like he would like to see a repeat performance of what Boost has done this year. I mean, we've just touched the tip of the iceberg on this. There's still lots of people who never heard of Boost Mobile. And so I think we still have a lot more work to do in exposing people.
Coming up, a look at the sandwich generation.